Turkey Tour Season 4 is officially a wrap. And what a season it was, guys. Welcome back to the RDS 3 DuPont Show. We're going over recapping Turkey Tour Season 4. It was a 2-weekend type of tour, and it was packed full of action. I'm dropping a big YouTube video here shortly over the whole tour. But to get into it, we're gonna kind of recap. Guys, I'm gonna give a little spoiler alert before I actually drop the main YouTube video on my main channel. We ended up with 6 birds. 6 birds in 2 weekends, right? 6 birds, 4 birds on opening day. The second 2 birds were on the first day of the second weekend. So both first days of each weekend, we basically bagged out total of 6 birds. So we're just gonna recap it all. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna throw some videos up, some photos. Start with the first weekend. It was me, my brother, my dad. My brother and my dad went and hunt together. I went solo by myself. It was a dark morning. We both headed towards the Frio River, and we're pretty far from each other, 2 miles probably. And I got in there. I was walking to my spot. It was super dark, and I didn't know where I was gonna sit. Obviously, I had trail cameras out. I knew where I was gonna sit in terms of location, but I didn't know where I was gonna sit in terms of the exact spot on the ground. I was gonna go the day before and kind of scout it out, but I didn't want to go down there and kind of mess with the area, spook some of these birds out of there. So I decided to play the real cautious route, not go in there, wait till the next morning and go in there. So the disadvantage, the cons of that is I didn't know where I was gonna sit. So I walked in there, dark. When I got in there, they were already starting to gobble. And I got my spread out. I had a lay down hen, a breeder hen, I think 2 breeder hens, and my big old bully tom. And then I just kind of found a spot in the woods. The biggest thing I was looking for is cover. I'd rather have too much cover and not get a shot off because my BBs are hitting trees. I'd rather have that situation than not being enough cover and not even get a shot off because they pick me off. These turkeys are super elusive. So I went with the deeper route, got myself brushed in like crazy. It was honestly the best spot I could have found. And I got lucky. Got in position, started calling. They started calling back, going back and forth. It was crazy. I probably heard 20 birds, 20 toms. Then sun came up. I had about 20 to 25 hens absolutely destroy my decoys. They came running in. They probably thought there was feed because they were looking around like, where's the feed? Where's the feed? They're kind of pecking at my decoys. And they're like, there's no feed here. Why are all these turkeys here? So then they kind of like noticed like, there's no feed. These turkeys aren't real. I don't really know. But they all started coming right towards me in the brush. And I'm just standing there like, I can't move. Like from me to y'all, like I cannot move a muscle. They stood there for probably 5-10 minutes. You can only do so much. They ended up probably spooking a little bit and kind of wandered off. It wasn't like a crazy spook like they're flying, but they kind of just wandered off. I'm like, I'm still fine, but it did suck that the hens left. I'm like, we're gonna sit it out. Obviously it's brand new, the morning just started. Sat it out another like 45 minutes. And I heard a bunch of toms, kind of a whole bunch of different directions. Nothing behind me, all in front, to the right and left. But there was one tom that I kept hearing to my right. He was really close. He was the closest one, and he was probably, 200 yards. And he just kept responding. He was on the ground, and kept responding. I'm like, we got to go after him. So, calling him in, he's responding, all this stuff. Next thing you know, I'm in the brush, guys, right? And there's some tall grass. I see one fan, right? Just a fan bird at the corner of my eye on the right-hand side. But with how tall the grass was and all the brush and everything else, I could only see about 2 inches the top of his fan. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a fan bird, right? Next thing you know, another fan bird. There's 2 fan birds. They've walked all the way in. They're probably about 30 yards from my decoys. They need to walk another 30 yards in order for me to get some kind of shot, right? And so they're slowly walking in and they just stop. And all their fans, those two fans go, woo, straight down. Like, no way they picked me off. No way they picked me off. All I can see is their fans. No way they picked me off. Next thing you know, I'm like, if they didn't pick me off, what happened? And now I'm thinking to myself, was my full strut big bully Tom, my decoy, too intimidating? That's the only thing I can think of in that moment, right? So it was either that or it was me, but it couldn't have been me. I was standing still and like they couldn't even see me. So next thing you know, these birds, they actually start walking right towards me in the brush. And I'm like, oh man, it's now or never. They were kind of wrapping around because my decoy was facing the other way. They were trying to get a better look at the decoy. They were wrapping around, off to my right. I'm like, man, it's now or never. And there was a slight window for me to take a shot. The only problem is my pew was on this side. So I actually went all the way around with it, a full like 180. Got up on it and just waited. I was just aiming right down this little slit, this little opening, waiting for them to walk through. And here they come. Right when they walk through, boom! Ended up taking 2 birds with 1 shot. I was only hoping to get 1, but it ended up getting 2. They were lined up with each other. It was either me getting 2 or me getting 0. I don't like shooting 2 birds, but I didn't have the choice. Shot, hit both of them, both dropped. It was insane, guys. So I came to the conclusion that these birds in these area were too intimidated right off the bat with my big bully Tom, right? I don't know if it's something to do with the fake fan. I don't know if it's something to do with the way that Tom was turned, because I think they were wrapping around, kind of see the front face of it, and then maybe they would have attacked it, right? So I was having second thoughts, like, man, should I not run this Tom? Should I maybe run a Jake or a half strut Tom, or what should I do? But I was fired up. We got 2 Toms, opening morning, big 5-6 inch beards. You can't draw it off any better. Get a call from my brother. They shot 2 Toms. My dad and my brother shot a Tom. I actually have some video that he sent me of them absolutely destroying their decoys. Let's run that real fast. Pretty cool video. It's just cool to see a big Rio Grande come after a decoy. You don't see that in a lot of other species, whether it's deer, pigs, coyotes, stuff like that. So it's really cool to see these animals actually come and attract to decoys. And so that was a badass experience for them. Super happy for them. So it's opening morning. We got 4 birds on the ground. It's like, we're done. We had planned out all this stuff. I had to hold these blinds. I had like 5 or 6 turkey blinds, 5 or 6 cameras, all this stuff planned out for this weekend, and we were done opening weekend. I'm looking at my brother, I'm like, what are we gonna do the rest of the day? Like, we can take more birds. You can shoot 4 per person, but like, come on. I feel like 1 bird is like a 180 inch buck. Like, you shoot 1, you're happy, right? So we're like, what are we gonna do the rest of the day? We ended up just hanging out, chilling, did a little bit of scouting, but like, it wasn't crazy. We didn't need to hunt hard. So that was opening weekend. We go to the second weekend. And first off, if you're watching this podcast, you're basically getting, because this podcast is coming out before the full turkey tour video on my main YouTube page, Reed DuPont. If you subscribe, you're gonna be entered to win a free hunt. You watch this podcast, y'all are getting first inclusive shots of the turkey tour before it actually gets posted. So shout out for y'all for watching the video. Second weekend, right? It's me, my brother, and then Christian and John David, which are 2 of Carson's buddies, right? My brother's buddies. We go down there, and it's Carson and Christian, me and John David, right? The only thing is, me and my brother, we flip spots. So where I was the past weekend, he was. Where he was the past weekend, I was, right? So me and John David, we get down there and we get in position and we're calling bunch of toms. Remember, it's a different spot. And these toms, these birds, they came down late. We had them dialed in to come off the roost around 7:23. Yeah, that's specific. 7:23. These birds came down at like 7:40. It was late. We're like, God dang, they're coming down late. And at the corner of my left eye, me and John David, we were watching. There was actually a huge oak tree, probably 50 yards. All those birds were in it, but we didn't know it until we saw them fly down. And we're like, oh my God, a huge flock flew down. It hit the ground, couple hands, and like 5 bully toms, right? We're like, oh my God, we're gonna get it done. So I ended up not calling when they got on the ground. I was hoping they were gonna see my decoy, right? I wasn't gonna be too aggressive. I was gonna hope they're gonna see my decoy, run over, we would get. Well, they never ended up seeing my decoys, my whole spread, because I ended up placing it in a spot. Imagine flatness, like a flat area. It goes down, it comes back up. I ended up putting all my spread in that little hole, and I never noticed because it was dark when I did it, and I had not been to this location before. So I was like, oh my God, I'm looking at it, it's daylight, I see the toms, I see my spread, I'm like, they can't even see my decoys. I'm like, oh my gosh. Next thing you know, it's about 10 minutes goes by. By the way, all 5 of these toms are around these hens, probably 100 yards away. They're all spread out. They're all fanned out. I'm like, oh my God, it's a strutting show going on. And I'm like, oh, they don't see the decoys. I'm going freaking crazy. The mistake I made, I should have started calling. I should have started calling and I didn't. Next thing you know, 10 minutes goes by, they all walk away. Right in front of us, about 100 yards, they all walk away. Not skittish. Hens just walk off, toms follow, right? I'm like, John David, man, that was cool, man, right? That was cool. We saw 5 birds fanned out, but man. Obviously it was early. Waited it out another 30 minutes. I'm calling. There's some action, but not much in terms of hearing noise. Next thing you know, we have a solo bird. 100 yards away, big beard, just walks right by us. Walks right by us about 100, 150 yards. Next thing you know, he sees a decoy. What does he do? Boop, fans up, right? Then I'm like, I'm gonna start calling this time. I'm gonna be a little bit more aggressive. So I start calling, he's fanned up, and it goes on for, I swear, 25 minutes. He's just standing 150 yards back. He sees the decoys, he's coming in, he's going back out, he's coming outside, he's fanning, he's not fanning, he's doing all this different stuff. It was the most funnest, stressful, high intensity, badass, nervous moment, 25-minute moment I think I've ever been in. It was fun. It was really fun, me calling the decoys and seeing how the turkey would respond. And 25 minutes goes by, then here he comes. He finally decided that he was gonna fully commit and come straight towards the decoys. He wrapped straight around. Next thing you know, he was 10, 15 yards in front of us. He started destroying my big tom. By the way, my big tom, my big decoy, that morning, I actually switched the fan to a real life turkey fan from the turkey I shot the previous weekend. So it was a big, pretty real life fan, which I think helped a lot. I think helped a crazy amount. And so he is destroying that decoy. And I have videos of everything. I can't post that videos yet because we're waiting for a big drop. But you'll see that here soon. But destroying it. We let him destroy it, get some good footage for about 30 seconds to a minute. He faces broadside, fanned up to me. Bam! And I absolutely just destroy him, drops right in front of me. Most badass thing I've done, experienced in a while. Call my brother up. Him and Christian, they got a bird on the ground too. And it was so weird because they sat in the same location that I sat that past weekend. And the same thing happened with those birds. They came in, they ended up pulling to the right, and he shot in the brush. Something with those birds, a lot more skittish than the other birds. But then again, second weekend, first morning, we both got a bird on the ground. Next thing you know, we have 5 birds, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 birds on the ground. and we're like, oh my gosh, this can't be any better. So that was basically it. We did some more scouting, we did some fanning, we did some reaping in some fields for some fun. But 6 birds is all we needed, and it was a blast. Actually, we did shoot 7. We shot 1 more because John David ended up shooting 1. I forgot about that. So 7 birds. You couldn't ask for anything more, and it was just. We've been doing this turkey tour. This is the 4th year, season 4, right? We had 1, 2, 3, and 4. This was the best turkey tour season by far of all time. Turkey tour season 4 outdid season 1, outdid season 2, outdid season 3, all combined. Turkey tour season 4 was something like never before. It was insane. I know that rhymed, but that was insane. And I'm super grateful for the opportunity. We've been scouting these birds super hard this year. Nothing like we've ever done. Trail cameras, blinds. I mean, we went all out in terms of trying to concentrate these birds, figure out where they were roosting, what time they were roosting, figure out their pattern when they hit the ground, when the best time to call, type of decoy to use. It went on and on between me and my brother in terms of getting us in the prime location to have our best opportunity at killing a big Rio Grande turkey. So it was awesome, and I cannot wait for season 5. There's no way it will top it, but that to be said, we're going to be a lot more successful than we were the previous years. We've learned so much, and I'm just so grateful for the opportunity to. I've been eating so much turkey in my kitchen, and actually have so much I've had to freeze some. But it's super good. We've been frying them up. We've been grilling them. We've been doing a whole bunch. We've been doing turkey tenders. It's been awesome. So great season. Y'all stay tuned. The video is coming out shortly. Y'all are gonna love it. Subscribe to this podcast video. Subscribe to this podcast channel, RDS podcast channel, as well as subscribe to my main channel on YouTube, Reed DuPont, and you're gonna be entered for a free hunt. Everything's free on me. Food, lodging, plane ticket. All you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, my main, and 100,000 subscribers, someone's coming down for free. Chase after a big exotic or a big whitetail, it's up to you. Other than that, I appreciate y'all watching watching the podcast, and I'll see y'all in that next episode. Peace!